It is time for another tour of the garden. I have so much growing in the front lawn, so this tour is only going to be of the front lawn. Let me show you what I have growing right here. Check out the beautiful flowers. They are coming to bloom now. The sunflowers are on fire. Check out how beautiful this is. And I have another one right here. This whole raised bed right here is planted out with flowers. And as you can see, there's no lawn. At the front here, I have planted more flowers. They're just starting to come in. These are cosmos. I have marigolds here that are starting to bloom. I just saw the first one today. Check out how this one looks. So beautiful. This right here is a raised bed that is about 4 foot wide and 4 foot long. And check out how much stuff I have growing right here. In the spring, I grew a ton of lettuce in here. The lettuces are done producing. What I did was I cut them at the base, and now the base is starting to produce a side shoot. And now these can be eaten as lettuce again. They are less big than the mother plant was, but still you can harvest a few of these and still have a salad. In between here, I also have planted some gladiolas, and I have some beautiful cone flowers right here, also called echinacea. And at the front here, I have some comfrey. And next to that, I have some bachelor's button flowers. My wife really likes this light color, like a lilac. And then we also have a blue one. These are volunteers, believe it or not. I just let the plants do the thing that they want to do. And I pick the weeds around them, and I let a few of them just go to flower. And now they're coming in. This cosmos, I have no idea where it came from because we did not plant it from seed this year. So it must have been in the seed packet last year. And let me show you the cosmos on the other side. These cosmos right here are so beautiful. Check this out. Can you imagine you're walking by my house and you are greeted by all these flowers? This is what you need at your house. More flowers. The reason you want to plant a lot of flowers is because you want to attract the pollinators. Check out the bumblebees. They are busy in the garden. There's one bumblebee. And I can go down the line here and I can probably see 10 bumblebees that are working this patch of flowers right now. Check it out. They are busy pollinating these flowers. And what happens is, as the flowers die down, they move on to the vegetables, which are right back there. I have okra and tomatoes growing back there. So as they pollinate my flowers, they become interested in my vegetables. And that's how we get pollination, my friends. Check this view out right here. This right here is a permaculture garden friend. This is called borage, and the flower is just so beautiful. The petals are edible and they are very sweet. You can add them to salads. In between here, I have more flowers growing. I have some zinnias that are starting to form buttons and hopefully some flowers soon. I also have some corn growing in here. This is called broom corn, and I'm gonna use that to feed my baby quail. Check out this fennel that's growing right here. I have an artichoke that it should start producing a flower soon. I actually see it starts to form a you see it here first, my friends. This is the first artichoke of the season. This artichoke is being produced in Northern Virginia. This is called a glove artichoke, and the trick to producing an artichoke is to plant the artichoke the 1 year, you grow it out the full size, and then the next spring it will produce flowers for you. And here is a baby artichoke, and there's a few plants in here. Each one of these will create a stem and will create its own artichoke. And you can see this right here is a dead center. This is from the plant last year. I have another artichoke right over here, and this one should also produce some artichokes this year. Isn't that fun? Right in here we have this weed or food. This is called purslane, and I have been eating this a lot in my meals lately. Spinach is done producing in the garden because it's too hot, but purslane loves to grow in the hot weather, and I've been eating a lot of this. I saute it with onions and tomatoes, and sometimes I add that to my scrambled eggs in the morning, and it's really delicious and very nutritious. I also want to show you my lavender. Check out this bumblebee. Oh, hello bumblebee, hello. It is, yeah, actually I don't know if that's a bumblebee, but it's fun looking. Check out how many bumblebees are working this patch right now. There's so many of them. There's one, there's two, three, four. Luna loves the bumblebees, and she points them out and she tries to touch them, and I'll let her touch it one day. They don't really sting, but they do bite sometimes, so you got to be, you know, just careful and gentle with them, and they'll be nice to you. Ooh, what can I do with all this lavender? I gave it to a friend. She made a little muffins with lavender, but I'm gonna have so much lavender that I'm gonna have to dry it out and make some delicious food with it. This year I'm not removing any of the suckers from this plant right here, because I want to see what happens if you let your tomato just do its thing and not intervene too much. I have plenty of other tomato plants that I will be removing suckers from, but these right here, they look so nice that I'm gonna let them do their thing. The leeks are starting to push their flowers. Check this out. They produce beautiful purple flowers, and I just love the flowers for the pollinators. My onions are starting to form some bulbs. I saw a bulb the other day. It's somewhere back there, and these are red onions rolled over here. And check out this cilantro going to seed. I don't think the cilantro is going to affect the growth of the onion, so I'm going to just let it grow there for now. And then this will be where I collect all my seeds for cilantro this year, because I don't have too many other cilantro plants in the garden. I think these are them. Right over here, the corn has grown a lot since I last showed it to you. Check this out. It has put on a lot of growth. It's already about 12 inches tall. And I did lose some to the squirrel. The squirrel got inside here and ate one of them. But I have interplanted this with the frijoles salvadoreños, which are Salvadorian red beans. I got them from the grocery store. I just planted the grocery store beans, and they are growing just fine. And the fresh beans are so delicious. So I'm looking forward to eating those this year. I still have this mesh here. You can see the corn is growing through the mesh, but I will remove this very soon, because as the stem gets thicker, it could cut itself off, and I definitely don't want that. So I'm gonna remove this very soon. These tomatoes over here are doing well. I have some cages for them, and in between them I have planted some purple basil and some regular basil right back there. The basil keeps away other pests, and it's a good way to intercrop your plants, because you want to utilize your bed to the maximum, and by intercropping with something beneficial like basil, it definitely helps. And I have some marigolds growing in between here too, so they'll be putting out some scent, and the pests don't like the scent from marigolds. This garlic over here is almost ready to pick. You can see the leaves are turning brown. It's still standing up a little bit, but I can see some of them are dying all the way back. So I'm gonna harvest these very soon and possibly put in some more corn in this bed. These tomatoes over here are looking quite sad. Look at this. These are very sad looking tomato plants. And I think it's because the soil here is not as amended as the other ones. So what I will do is come in and add some of my unfinished compost as a mulch. That mulch has a lot of microorganisms and a lot of worms that like to dig in the soil, and that aerates the ground and allows for the water to penetrate deep into the soil. And you'll see in about 2 weeks when I do the other update, this should be nice and green, and you will see the results of adding mulch and unfinished compost to your raised beds. These tomatoes here are some cherry striped tomatoes. last year a gardener friend from a Buy Nothing group gave me some tomatoes from her yard because they were so beautiful. I really liked them. And I was like, can you share some of those with me? And she did. And I saved the seeds, and check that out. It's starting to come in. And these are, I'm gonna show them to you when they're ripe. They're like green and purple and red stripes. And they were so beautiful, if I remember correctly. And I'll show them to you when they're ripe. And they're so beautiful. Just check out the amount of flowers and blossoms on this tomato. And it looks like we have a very good set of tomatoes right here. There's like seven tomatoes in this cluster, and this tomato cluster already has 6 or so. So this is going to be a great year for these little cherry tomatoes. They're going to be the perfect size for Luna. Right over here, the peas are done producing. Check this out. They are nice and plumpy, and I'm letting them go to seed. So I'm letting them get really ripe, and then I will harvest them for seeds, and I will use them for seeds in the fall. Very soon I'll plant them again and hopefully get another crop of them. I have a lot of sage over here. I need to dig this one up. It's too big for this space, and I could really use this space for maybe growing more peppers or something else. Right next door we have the lovage, which is really good for permaculture. It's a perennial substitute for like celery and stuff like that. It almost tastes like celery. And this is white onions. They are not yet forming any bulbs. Hopefully soon they will. And right over here we have some thyme. And I have a sad looking pomegranate that has not come back from the winter kill. So hopefully it will start pushing out new growth soon. Otherwise it will be a loss. Right along my path here, I have planted some okra. And what I do with okra is that I plant 4 or 5 seeds in a hole, and then I come through and I pick the best looking ones. For example, this one's a good looking one, and maybe that one's a good looking one. And I'll come in here and I'll pinch them off. And now I only have 2 plants growing here, and now that's perfect for this amount of space. So I gotta come right next door here. You see this one has full leaves, this one has a full leaf as well. So then I would come and remove those 3. So now I just have 2 growing. You can try to replant these. They might work, but they might not work. I'll try to replant them and get back to you whether or not it worked. In the backyard, I already saw the first tomato turning a little bit pink, and it's definitely going to be ready to pick soon. So I'll do a separate video for that. Make sure you get outside today and enjoy the beautiful weather. The overcast skies are really nice to put in some work in the garden, and make sure that you collect some of that rainwater that hopefully we'll get today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you can see more updates of what is growing in my garden. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.